Hello world. So today I want to talk about Richard Cograto, and that's kind of why I'm making this channel. I've been a huge fan of Cograto's for a while. He's my all-time favorite lay philosopher, and I just feel like he's someone that doesn't get a lot of press or a lot of attention, and his ideas are just very noteworthy. And I think that it especially is something that's important during these times. So I'm seeing myself as sort of the herald for Richard Cograto, really putting his name out there so people can come to know who this incredible person was. And that's what this channel is going to be dedicated to. This first video I'm keeping very simple. I think that this excerpt of Cograto's is a great one. It comes from a series known as the Peripatetics, which is a reference to Aristotle's philosophy where they'd walk and talk. So this is the Peripatetics in New York City in the 60s. It's Richard Cograto just kind of formulating in a really key way his main points and his main ideas. It's a short excerpt and I think it stands really well on its own. So I'm going to start with this, and then in future videos I'm going to start a series where we kind of dissect and break down each part. So leave some comments, like, subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else you want to hear about Richard Cograto or like a related guy. So thank you.
When people ask for enlightenment, they are asking for something that can cast out the darkness. When they ask for enlightenment, they are asking for you to cure their fear of the dark, to eradicate obfuscation. In this sense, enlightenment becomes a novel device they can possess, like a bulb or a lantern. But this form of enlightenment, so to speak, is not truly enlightening. For true enlightenment is not something that casts out the darkness, but that finds you in it. For true enlightenment is not something you achieve or can obtain, but it is something that shines upon you in the moments when you are in the darkest. For it is only in the dark that light shines the brightest. So it is at such a moment that one wonders, how does such enlightenment shine upon me if it is not something that I can obtain? Enlightenment shines upon you when you, well, I would call it immersion. It is courageous immersion for the one who not only confronts but accepts chaos and uncertainty and darkness and the vast irrationality of the very fiber of our reality. The one who can accept such things and gracefully encounter them is the one who thus opens themselves up to the presence of an enlightening source. If enlightenment found its origin in human capacity, then it would not quite be enlightening, only mildly revealing. But enlightenment as a state of being, as a bestowed awareness, transient, fickle, effervescent. This is something that may come from beyond human capacity and therefore be something that is truly enlightening. That is to say, we cannot create enlightenment. We cannot craft a dogma that will cure confusion or that will give us cohesion. These are not things we can build, for while the building of human hands culminates in a finality, while the building of human hands constructs a product, the building of human minds only creates more branches. The building of human thought is like a ceaseless tree who has no end, and every path taken leads to a fork. So, human thought, philosophy, and ideology never can bring enlightenment. They only bring multiplicity, only bring more options, and where there are options, there is confusion and uncertainty. But this is not to be taken as discouraging, for it is only through uncertainty and an honest appraisal of our lack of cohesion that we can be found enlightened. So the further that we press through the branches, the more aware we grow of just how small and feeble and wondrously confused we are. And that right there, that wonder of ceaselessness is the ground spring upon which enlightenment can shine. In a certain sense, true enlightenment is only ever a tangential phenomenon. Enlightenment cannot be pursued, cannot be found, for it is what finds you. Rather, the one who engages authentically with the nauseating complexities of our lives in all their griefs and joys, as well as beauties and terrors. The one who encounters these in an ineffable manner of living is the one who, by tangential occurrence, is thus found enlightened. Never was it something that was pursued, for this person is the one who rids themselves of the notion of enlightenment being an obtainable object. enlightenment is no object. So, to rid yourself of this illusion, to forswear any hope of obtaining enlightenment, is to be found enlightened. And thus, to be lost courageously, not to be lost fearfully, not to be lost by default or choicelessly, but to be lost with intention, to be lost bravely. This is enlightenment. For to be lost courageously is to be found.